So today we are going to talk about the book of Ruth, and we've probably all heard many sermons on the book of Ruth. Or I just put anyway, and but here's another take. Okay, so Naomi's son died. The sons died, and we know the whole story. She went back. She was all sad, and she thought her life was over. And she said, "God has made everything terrible for me." She told Ruth that. She told the people of Bethlehem, where she went back to her original home. She told them that, "Oh, you might as well just rename me Bitter because my life is bitter. God's made my life bitter. God just, I don't know, wants me to suffer." And so there's kind of something that we need to realize with her, or maybe be reminded of with her. I know I do. She's looking at all of this, and there's two takeaways. Okay, she's thinking, God has done this to me. God has not done this to her. Hi, Boyd. Hi, Lynn. He has not done this to her. So right now she's focusing, and I get it. She's in unbelievable pain. Oh, no, I don't get it. I don't get what it's like to have some of that stuff done. Your husband and your two sons die, and for you to be left destitute. So she's turning inward, and she's like, my life is over. And she doesn't see the great plan that God has for her life. And I think that we need to remember, okay, not just that. You've heard the saying a million times, "Oh, God's doing this for your own good. You just don't see it yet." Well, okay, so that was true. But this is the other part I'm looking at. So Naomi didn't have a clue, but God, did plan the whole thing so that way their son could be in the line of David, who could be in the line of Jesus. So Jesus was born through them, because if they weren't, then, well, I don't know what, but anyhow, Jesus would have got there, but I'm not sure how. So anyhow, we need to realize that as much as it hurts and as much as it sucks sometimes when something terrible happens, not everything, but something terrible that happens, because we know God's done some really twisted stuff in the Bible. I mean, twisted as in not evil. I mean, twisted in we can't understand why. Did he make Samson have these evil thoughts and do evil things? Or did Samson do it, so then God used it? Or how exactly did that work? Where did they begin? Where did they end? And that's the kind of thing here. God might be doing something that really hurts you, and he's not doing it to hurt you, but something that really affects you and really makes you hurt. But in that, can you see that God is saying, maybe I have this big plan, and it's not just a plan for you. That's not what I'm saying. But a big plan, and you're part of it, and your pain, like, we can't see why God would want to use our pain. Say, God, you should be kind enough and love us enough that you don't want to make us, hi JC, make us sad. Well, God isn't looking at what we're looking at. So we're seeing our pain, and we're seeing what's currently seeming to suck in the world. But God's looking at this big plan that might not even be meant to benefit us, but so Naomi, if we were in the same position as Naomi and knew exactly that her son's dying was going to allow Ruth to marry Boaz, who was going to allow her to have a son who was in the line of Jesus. Ruth, even had Naomi known that, would she have said, my pain is worth it? I'm kind of questioning that. Maybe she would have, but I know I wouldn't, or I don't think I would. I would really like to say I would, but I probably wouldn't say, okay, God, what's going to happen in 500 years that's really good, even if it's like beyond good? If to get there, it's involving you killing my husband or letting my husband die or whatever the case is, then I am not interested. I'm interested in my husband. That's all I'm interested in. Or I'm interested in my kids. That's all I'm interested in. Or I'm interested in my job. I don't want to lose my job, even though you say that something better is coming for not only me, but for someone else. Or that it's going to glorify you if I lose my job and I end up working in a church and I make way less money, but it's going to glorify you, whatever it is. I can't find a really good comparison to that. But either way, are you comfortable in saying my pain is glorifying God? And it probably won't glorify me. Besides that, Ruth and Naomi are in the Bible. It probably won't glorify me at any point. And yes, Naomi got a grandbaby out of it, and she got redeemed, and it was wonderful, and it turned out good for her. But it didn't turn out that her husband and kids were alive. So it turned out different. And yeah, I don't know. We won't go into that, but let's just, in our horrid pain, or even in our little bit of pain, let's say in your daily life today, where you lose your job and you don't know why, and you think God is evil and he's hurting you, and maybe God could have stopped you from losing your job or whatever. Is it going to be good for God in the end? Do you think you can put yourself aside enough to say, God, if this is for you, my pain doesn't matter?